Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Danopps Ent, and today I got
your girl Erik.
You know what I'm saying? And today we got a special video for y'all, okay? This is the ultimate, amazing, spectacular Spider-Man No Way Home review, huh? See what I did there? The amazing, spectacular, ultimate. So, but anyways, so look, we know it's been a while since the movie came out. The movie came out in December of last year, right?
2021.
2021. So we saw it back then, but listen, this movie's a classic, and I just feel like I want to get all my thoughts and opinions out on this movie because I loved it a lot. I've actually seen it 6 times now.
I think that's right. You have seen it more than anyone I know.
Yeah, I've seen it 6 times. I've paid for it 4 times, and I've seen it for free 2 other times. But anyways, so look, we're gonna get on with the review, all right? So listen, first of all, I don't think I have to tell you guys what the movie is about, right? Most of you have either seen it or heard about it, unless you live under a fucking rock. But most of you know what the movie's about, okay? So let's just get into the meat and the potatoes. Lyric.
Yes.
Is there anything you'd like to say about the movie first? Or should I kick it off?
You can kick it off.
Okay. Alright. So, you know what? F it. Let's just give a little summary of the plot, you know what I'm saying? Just in case. So, alright. Basically, bottom line is, coming off the heels of the previous movie, Spider-Man Far From Home, Mysterio, played by, what's his name?
Is that Jake Gyllenhaal?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal. It's like, no, I'm just playing. Jake Gyllenhaal.
I think. I don't know.
You say Jill?
I think
No,
it's Jill.
it's Jake.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal. Oh, I thought you said Jill Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal, a.k.a. Mysterio, framed our boy Peter Parker, made him look like he was the one that activated those Stark drones that attacked the city.
And him.
Whatnot.
And killed him.
Yeah, framed his death on Peter. So now the movie starts off. First of all, I really love the way the movie starts off, y'all. Okay, it's like when you're in the theater, and then those Marvel intro credits start rolling, and then you have like this really suspenseful music playing in the background. It's tense. You can hear the that phone call or whatever from Mysterio playing off in the background. You got J. Jonah Jameson talking his shit as usual. And basically Mysterio's framing Spider-Man for what happened in the last movie, okay?
And revealing his identity.
Yeah, and revealing his identity to the entire world. So I really like how the movie pretty much just plunges you right where Far From Home left off. Like literally, it takes place like a few seconds after Far From Home. So, yeah, literally in the end.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It literally picks up where Far From Home left off.
Mm-hmm.
So, damn, I lost my train of thought. Okay, so yeah, shit hits the fan. Yo, the whole world's like, yo, Peter Parker, Spider-Man, yo, I can't fucking believe it. And then MJ's on the ground. She's just like, and then everyone's like, yo, are you Peter Parker's?
Are you Spider-Man's girlfriend?
Are you Spider-Man's girlfriend?
Spider-Man? Do you know Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Spider-Man hit me!
Right. And shit just goes loose, right? So I really like how the movie started off, you know what I'm saying? Starting off with a bang, just like that. Yeah, so fast forward, boom, bop, bang. Peter's life gets turned upside down, and then he goes to Doctor Strange, and he's like, yo, Doctor Strange, listen, man, I was just wondering if, perhaps you could maybe do a spell that could, just make the whole world forget that I'm Spider-Man. And Doctor Strange is like, I mean, I shouldn't, but, I fuck with you, Peter. You know what I mean? We've been through a lot, you know what I'm saying? We went to space and shit. We fought in a whole war, you know what I'm saying?
Both got dusted.
You know what? I got you, Peter. Let's go. So, yeah, there's that. And, so Doctor Strange does a spell. Peter keeps talking and, making edits to the spell, which, pretty much fucked up the spell. Now, I will interject. You know what? Actually, no, I'm going to save that for later. I have a little issue with that whole spell thing, but we'll save that for later. So, fast forward, Doctor Strange does a spell. And basically, Peter messing up the spell allowed different people in different universes that know Spider-Man,
that know Peter
Parker, to come through into the world that he's in. So, we got a lot of villains coming back from the old movies. You got Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Electro, Sandman, Lizard. I said Electro, right?
Yes.
Am I forgetting anyone else? Nah, that's everyone. Ain't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So they all come back. And needless to say, it's one hell of a movie. I don't really think I need to continue any further. But yeah, so let's get into things that I really liked about this movie. First off, I think the story was very well done. I think that the way they were able to, cohesively write a way to bring in all the villains and heroes, because we all know the other Spider-Men are in this movie. I don't have to tell you guys that. So the way that they were able to piece that together, I think it was well done. It makes sense for the most part. I do think that the Doctor Strange spell was a little bit of lazy writing. I do think that it was very out of character for Doctor Strange to cast a spell on the entire world just for Peter's sake. And also, Peter could have thought of a better way to word that spell.
I honestly feel like that's right up Doctor Strange's alley, though, because you know how much of a fixer he is.
Yeah.
Like, he was always kind of like, okay, I need to fix this problem any way I can. Oh, there's magic I can use? Let's do that shit.
Right.
So it is kind of up his alley. Like, was it the smartest thing to do? Clearly not. But,
yeah.
Like, he was trying to help. He was trying to fix the problems yet again. So I think, characteristically, I think it was more of a Doctor Strange move than it could have not been. Okay.
Yeah, you could definitely make an argument that as wise and as knowledgeable as Doctor Strange is, he's, at times he can be overly confident in his abilities, as we've seen in the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness trailer. So, that is a good counterpoint. But yeah, so anyways, the story is great. It's very heartfelt. Lots of great moments in here, you know what I'm saying? So let's just cut to the meat and potatoes. So we have Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield starring in this movie. They reprise their roles as the previous Spider-Man. They come back, and they help our Peter out, Tom Holland. So, first off, what do you think about that?
I loved it. I squealed. I was so happy because it's like, before everybody saw it, you had a feeling that people were coming back, but you didn't really know.
Yeah.
So it was really nice to see them and the way they were brought through with Ned's little portal to find Peter Parker.
Okay, how'd you feel about Ned getting magic out of nowhere? Like,
he had the ring.
Well, okay, yeah, but remember they tried to say something about how his grandma said that they have magic in their blood. I feel like they kind of pulled that one out their ass with Ned just making portals like it's nothing, basically.
I have a theory that Ned is somehow related to Wong.
Wong?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about that too.
I have a theory that they're cousins or something, and that's how Ned is capable of using the magic. But I really, really need them to explain that further on in upcoming movies, because he could really train to become one of them if he really was able to.
Yeah, definitely possible.
But now that he doesn't know anymore, it's just like, who knows?
Oh, you know what? Hold on a sec, guys. I actually have some notes that I forgot to bring out. You know what I'm saying? Because, I wrote down some notes. Forgive me, y'all.
I hope the camera's okay.
Huh?
I hope the camera's okay. With you being
Oh, no, it should be okay.
reflector.
Should be alright.
Give it a couple seconds. Okay, I think we're good.
Okay, so, all right, yeah, we're official. You know what I'm saying? You ain't know I was official like that. All right, look. So, Peter and MJ's chemistry.
So good.
So good.
Like, you can really see that they care about each other off screen, too.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Holland and Zendaya.
She says Zendaya, so I say Zendaya.
Tom Holland and Zendaya, their chemistry is off the charts. I mean, it probably helps that they're dating in real life, but it just bleeds over through the screen. I mean, I felt that love and romance between them. Also, Zendaya might be the best love interest I've seen in a Spider-Man movie thus far.
Wow.
No, seriously, Zendaya, her MJ is probably better than Kirsten Dunst's MJ in the Sam Raimi movies. Listen, she is the most loyal MJ I've seen thus far.
That's very true.
MJ from the other movies has nothing on her. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Gwen Stacy from the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
Gwen was very loyal.
But, I mean, Zendaya, like, the whole movie through No Way Home, like, she's just super supportive of Peter. You know what I mean? I really like that one part where Peter's apologizing to them at Doctor Strange's house. You know, it's like, sorry I cast that spell. And Zendaya, she's just like, it's cool. I mean, next time you try to make a spell and
talk to us first.
Right.
And then figure something out together.
Yeah, and it's just their chemistry is so good, and the acting in this movie is so good, guys. Like, everyone does their thing. Everyone kills it. It's like,
applause to all of you, because y'all killed it.
Yeah, everyone's acting is phenomenal. Like, even in that one scene I just described, Zendaya is like, it's okay, just run it by us first before you try to, do a spell that changes the whole world or whatever like that. And then, Peter's just looking at her like, like giving her the puppy dog eyes. Like, he's just like, okay, this is why I love you. Like, you know what I mean? She's a ride or die. I really like that.
Truly.
J. Jonah Jameson's new portrayal, I like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. It might have to grow on me, with the new trilogy that they're doing. I still miss the old J. Jonah Jameson from Sam Raimi, being the head of the newspaper. In this one, he's basically a news reporter, which is like...
I feel like they did that because of how much technology has changed since the Sam Raimi movies.
Right.
Like, people are reading newspapers.
Right, and it's not bad. I'm not saying this new I'm not saying the new J. Jonah Jameson. I'm not saying the new J. Jonah Jameson is bad, but it's still growing on me. I look, I got some things I'm a little nitpicky about in this movie, but nothing's bad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's still grade A acting as far as his role is concerned. He's still that like anti-Spider-Man, like Spider-Man's not a hero at all. Like, he still has that hard what's the word? That hard viewpoint on who Spider-Man is as a person. So
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, very harsh and just just always tearing Spider-Man down. Okay. Now, the Aunt May great power, great responsibility scene. Now, this was something that's been missing from the Tom Holland movies, and Spider-Man No Way Home really did I think it did a good. I'm getting so tongue-tied, y'all. I have so much to say about this movie. I think they did a really good job of adding some real tragedy to Tom Holland's story.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and this was very much needed. It's sad to say, but Spider-Man needs tragedy in his stories, because in Homecoming and then Far From Home, it never felt like the stakes were that high. You know what I mean? It always...
His life was in danger, but it wasn't like anyone closer to him. It was always himself.
Right.
It wasn't anyone he like truly loved and cared about and depended on, like Aunt May. And since there was no Uncle Ben in this trilogy with Tom Holland, like, someone had to go.
Right.
To be able to do that.
Yeah, and that's a big part of the core of Spider-Man's story is that the tragedy that he goes through, you know, being a superhero, it doesn't just affect him. It also affects his friends and his loved ones, and, you know, kind of dealing with the dynamics of being Peter Parker and being Spider-Man and how the two lives intertwine. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I say all that to say that, you know, Aunt May's death was done well, I think. You know, it was emotional. Did you cry?
I teared up.
Teared up?
I teared up.
Okay.
I don't think
I didn't tear up. Okay, I have to, I'm sorry, not to cut you off, but I do have to say that while that was a good scene and it was very much needed for the story and for Peter's overall growth as Spider-Man, I do think that her death wasn't built up enough, because honestly, I think this is the first movie in the entire trilogy where Aunt May actually was like a legit kind of like someone for Peter to look up to, you know? In Homecoming and Far From Home, Aunt May was always around, but she wasn't like super, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like,
I think part of it was because in Homecoming she didn't know. She didn't know until the very end of Homecoming.
Yeah.
And Far From Home, he wasn't
still.
home. Like, he wasn't home.
Okay, alright.
She wasn't there.
Okay.
Like, he was home. He had just gotten home from his school trip. Aunt May's there. Everyone finds out. Am I Australian now? And everybody, he needs his Aunt May. They had to vacate their home together.
Yeah,
they like, he was going to her for advice because she was available to be there for him.
Yeah, and that's a good point. But you know, I could also argue that, like, in the Sam Raimi movies, Uncle Ben was there for Peter, and you could see their relationship and what Uncle Ben meant to Peter way before Uncle Ben died.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, way before that, with great power comes great responsibility. You could already tell the impact that Uncle Ben had in Peter's life. I mean, he was his father figure. Mm-hmm. They got along well. And yeah, but
and Peter was going through his little angsty phase right before, so
yeah,
that hurt a little too. But in the Sam Raimi, obviously.
Yeah, but I mean, we're talking about Spider-Man No Way Home. You know what I'm saying? Not to get off on a tangent, but let me see.
Oh, I wanted to say,
yeah.
I did see Aunt May's death coming. Like, we kind of had a conversation before the movie of who we thought was going to die, because clearly someone had to die this movie.
Yeah.
And we both said Aunt May. When I saw Goblin's fix his glider up and it was pointed right at them, I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Because it was happening.
Yeah, I wasn't, they kind of tricked me. I wasn't, the first time she got hit by the glider, I thought she was supposed to die right there. Mm-hmm. And then she seemed like she was okay. And then we see that she started bleeding when Peter touched, you know, her wound. And then it was just like, oh, shit. But, yeah, so listen, y'all, I got a lot of points. And remember, this is a review, but it's also more of like a discussion piece too. So, you know, we're not here to like break down the entire plot from beginning to end and all that stuff. It's more so just discussing the movie in general, what we liked about it, our dislikes. Now, let me ask you, because so far you've said all good things. Is there anything that you dislike about this movie?
I wanted the Lizard to have more time because he was very prominent in his movie as the main villain. Yeah. But he was in a cage for a lot of this movie, and I feel like he could have had more to say about everything. Like, you could tell he was set on his beliefs. Like, he still wanted the world to be lizards too, and he didn't care about being fixed. But I think he could have had more to say, and Peter could have really kind of gotten into more of the mindset of a villain who really did not want to change. Like, all the other villains, they were like, okay, if you fix us, we can go home and still stay alive. Lizard was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
And that might just be a personality thing for him. Like, I really don't remember him before.
Yeah, so
we watched him all.
So Lizard actually, he actually prefers being a lizard.
Yeah.
Being human. You know, because like there was that one little exchange between him and Electro, where the lizard was saying, he said, I don't remember the exact words, but he said something about how like, oh, if you want a real change, I can help you with that or something.
Right.
You know, so he definitely revels in being a lizard. You know, for some strange reason.
The regenerative powers, he was very happy about that. Because remember, he was missing an arm.
Yeah.
That's why he did it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I don't know. I still don't think it's worth it overall. Okay, so another flaw that I found with the movie, in my opinion, the humor was very like 90% of the time. It worked sometimes, but it missed a lot. You know what I'm saying?
It was like you could tell that kids were still going to be watching this, and they knew that.
Yeah.
So they had to kind of put in things that were just kind of silly.
For sure. Like, I'm trying to think of any specific scenes. Okay, like the scene when Ned does the portal thing and Andrew Garfield comes in, and the grandma's there, and I think MJ threw a piece of bread at him, which is it's cute, but it kind of dragged on a little bit too long for me. To me, that's where when the humor falls is when they drag it on. There are times where they just keep it going when it's like, okay, can we get back to like the real shit?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, I'm all for jokes and lightheartedness in movies, but sometimes if it goes on too long, I think it can detract from the overall tone.
It can.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So, let me see what else we have here. Great supporting cast. I mean, even the like side characters, Ned, Aunt May, Happy, who else? J. Jonah Jameson. Yeah, if I can't remember anymore.
I don't like Flash as a character, so I was trying to avoid him.
Yeah.
I can't stand that man. That actor always plays the asshole character so well.
Yeah, he does.
That his face is ruined for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But you know what? One thing that I found interesting was how the dynamic between Peter and Flash didn't change even after Flash finds out that Peter's Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. It's like, you would think that like after he finds out Peter's Spider-Man, he'd probably like worship the ground that he walks on. But
he wrote a book proclaiming how good of friends they were.
Yeah, so fucking phony, man. And then he still tries to like blackmail Peter for like rides around the city.
Swinging to school.
Yeah, or
telling everybody he's his best friend.
Yeah, which I was like, really?
Where you shit on him for 2 entire movies before this.
Yeah. So I was like, damn, Flash is really an asshole.
He really is truly an asshole.
Okay. Okay. The Peter Doctor Strange relationship. I thought that was very A+. Well done. It was very interesting for Peter to, you can kind of tell that they're sort of replacing the relationship he had with Tony Stark, with Doctor Strange. You know what I'm saying? Peter now has sort of I don't want to say father figure, but maybe like an uncle figure or big brother figure that he can look up to in Doctor Strange. Because you can tell that Doctor Strange has a lot of love and respect for Peter after all that they went through in Infinity War and Endgame. You know what I mean? So I thought that was really cool. And it was just cool to see the dynamics of the relationship literally change in one movie. You know what I mean?
Call me sir.
Yeah, he goes from, hey man, don't call me sir, you know what I mean, to call me sir. And then he's pissy at like Peter for like the rest of the movie into the end.
And then you can call you Steven again.
Yeah, so I thought that was really cool. You know what? Now, since we're on Peter and Strange, this is a good opportunity to talk about the fight that they had. What did you think about that fight?
Good.
It was so fucking good.
He removed Peter from his body, and this guy was still dodging, trying to avoid him. He was like, "Why can you do this? You couldn't."
Yeah, he didn't know that was the spider sense. Yeah, that shit's like in his DNA.
And then they went to the mirror place.
Yeah.
With all the train around,
swinging
and
through the mall with the escalators and all that stuff. Oh, look, it's on the screen right now. But yeah, yep.
The train.
So,
great fight, great animation and CGI, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Graphics, that was just, And then he left him!
Yeah, and I like how Spider-Man beat Doctor Strange by outsmarting him, which makes sense because
Peter is a genius.
Because on paper, you would think that Doctor Strange would win that easily because of his magic, but Peter was able to use his smarts. You know, he was able to, what do you say, geometry? And he was able to web all those little spinning things. And
it was math!
Yeah, so I thought that was really cool. Yeah, so the action in this movie in general is great. Since we're on that topic, I want to talk about some other scenes that had some great magic, like Peter versus Doc Ock on the highway. Ooh. Yeah, that was a great scene.
Yes.
Peter versus Green Goblin in Happy's house. Oh. Listen, guys. Oh. Since we're talking about the Green Goblin, yo, Willem Dafoe. Shout out to you, my guy. Listen, Willem Dafoe low-key carried this movie, alright?
He is just S-tier actor.
Like,
we already know.
Like, everyone did a great job, but, I mean, Willem Dafoe was just ridiculous in this movie. Like, the way he can effortlessly switch from Norman Osborn to Green Goblin.
Norman's on sabbatical.
You know, yeah, like, I remember when Doc Ock was like, what'd he say? He was like, hey, after this, Norman, you can go back to being you. No other you, or something like that. And then Norman's just like, no other. And then Doc Ock has no idea.
He had no clue.
He has no clue that he just transitioned
into being him.
Oh, man, the acting. Also, man, listen, can we talk about the one scene when Peter and Green Goblin are fighting? And then Peter, like...
The desperation in Peter's movements. You could see it.
Yeah.
He was doing anything he could to hurt this man.
Yeah, listen. Peter, he jumps off the wall. He jumps on Green Goblin. He's, like, punching him. And then Green Goblin just looks up and he's like... I was just like, yo!
It's exactly what he wanted.
I'm like, yo!
This man
who made him like this?
He did.
He did. But, my bad. What you want to say?
Forgot.
Yeah, so, you know, I thought that fight was great. Any other cool fights? You know what I'm saying? Even
the final fight?
The final fight. Yo, I felt like we've gone a really long time without really talking about Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire in this movie. But we're going to get to them. But yes, going off on fights, the final fight was great. You know, with all the Spider-Man, I really liked the part where they were swinging together.
It was just all cool shots when they all landed together.
Right.
And then when they were like 3, 2, 1, phew, and then they just swung off.
Yeah.
And like it was great to see.
Yeah, the action in this movie was really good. It's a big step up from the previous Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. 10 times better than the action in No Way Home. 10 times better than the action in Far From Home. You know, I felt like the stakes were higher. We saw Peter get, you know, beat up, bloody, smashed through buildings and all type of shit. So, yeah.
And Tom really had to become a leader in that moment.
Yeah.
The other boys, they were never part of teams. Mm-hmm. They were solo. And Tom, being an Avenger, and not part of a band.
Hey, I was just talking about this the other day. Yo, listen. I love Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Andrew did a pretty good job.
They all did a great job.
They all did a great job. But listen, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Tom Holland's resume is a little bit different. Tobey ain't never been to space. Andrew's never been to space. Tom Holland fought an alien. He fought Thanos. Like, man, I don't know, y'all.
It's like,
you know, Tobey would.
You can argue Tobey fought an alien with Venom in Spidey 3, but was that 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But that wasn't the same scale. They're still just like Thanos and Venom.
Yeah.
Thanos.
You know what I'm saying? Venom. Like, I know we shouldn't compare to Spider-Man, and you know they all have their different stories and stuff like that.
But their experiences are so different.
Yeah, their experiences are so different.
For all being like the same type of character.
Yeah.
Like, Andrew was just dealing with emotional stuff, really. Mm-hmm. And then Tobey was just like trying to help everybody the
Yeah,
best
so
he could.
actually, that's a great segue. So now that we're on that topic, let's talk about their character arcs in this movie. So, Tobey and Andrew Garfield, they come through the portals. They meet up with Tom Holland, and this is right after the aftermath of Aunt May's death. And Tom Holland is really going through it, so they go to console him and talk to him about, basically the losses that they faced in their lives as Spider-Man. So Tobey tells Tom Holland about his Uncle Ben. Andrew Garfield tells Peter about his Gwen. And
And Uncle Ben. He lost them both.
Yeah. But his Uncle Ben was an asshole. No, I'm just kidding. He wasn't an asshole. But if you go back and rewatch The Amazing Spider-Man 1, like, his Uncle Ben really has nothing on, like, Sam Raimi's Uncle Ben. Yeah. But anyways, so, I thought it was cool how this movie brings everything back full circle. Because this movie wasn't just about Tom Holland. It's also about Andrew and Tobey as well. Tobey is the oldest, most mature Spider-Man. I would say he has a good balance of going through personal tragedy as Peter Parker and Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. So, he's kind of, seen it all, done it all. You have Andrew, who is, he's the only Spider-Man that lost his true love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he has that going on. And you can see that throughout the movie. There are times when he's looking at Tom Holland and Zendaya, and he's just like, damn, I wish that was me. You know what I mean? And, I really like their chemistry, and I really like all the scenes where they were talking to each other and, just talking about all the, the villains that they fought and asking each other questions. Like, remember when Tobey shot the web out of his arm, and then Andrew's just like just legit staring and bewildered, you know what I'm saying? It's like stuff like that. I thought that was cool.
Because he had to make his shooters, and so did Tom.
Yeah. So I really like how they touched on stuff like that, and I like how they also did that classic comic book scene where they were all pointing at each other.
Who? Peter. Oh,
yes,
him,
sir.
me, who, him, with that one? We're all Peter.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. Now I'm not gonna lie. This is a little nitpicky, but I have to be honest. I do think that Tobey and Andrew's entrance into the movie could have been a little bit better. That's just me. It wasn't terrible, but just for my own, I just feel like it could have been a little bit more heroic the way they came in, or a little bit more epic, You know what I'm saying? Like Andrew, the way he came in was cool. You know what I'm saying? But Tobey, he comes in through the portal. He's wearing a regular outfit. You know what I'm saying? He looks like he just came home from work, at an office job or something, you know what I mean? So
that was there, and I just walked through. I hope that's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gone now. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. See, I thought it was a little weak, but it's cool. You know what I mean?
For the way the story progressed, it makes it work.
But yeah, I mean, listen. Overall, guys, I love this movie, but there's certain things that I felt like, okay, that could have been a little, better. This is Tom Holland's best performance I've seen thus far. Like, you see so many different ranges in his
emotionally,
acting. Yeah.
And just you could see his transformation from a kid who really was trying to fix everything and make it better and still have the life he used to have, to being like, okay, I have to sacrifice literally everything if I want everyone else to be okay.
Yeah.
So that was a nice progression.
I agree. Let me see.
We're still on page 1 of his notes, by the way.
Yeah, so we can start skimming through these. We don't have to the previous heroes and villains were done justice. You know what I mean? Doc Ock. Oh yeah. I think it's Chris Molina does this thing. Is it Chris? Yeah, Chris Molina does this thing as Doc Ock. Easily. Aside from Green Goblin, the best villain in the movie.
Yeah.
Electro, Jamie Foxx's Electro, he did his thing.
Congrats on the glow up, Jamie.
Yeah.
Because it was needed.
Yeah,
Max,
for sure.
we had the whole thing we had to fix, and they did it.
Yeah, and I liked his what he brought to the team of villains. You know, he was kind of like the comic relief. You know, but I think he did a good job. It didn't feel like it was too much.
And shout out to him for mentioning that there was a black Spider-Man somewhere out there. Miles, we are looking for you.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, Miles Morales. Can't wait to see him in the MCU. And then, you know, there's Sandman, who's just kind of there.
He's always just kind of there.
No.
Sandman is my least favorite Spider-Man villain.
And you know what? I feel like his actor didn't want to be in the movie or something because he was in CGI form throughout.
A lot.
Throughout, like literally 98% of the movie, he was in CGI form.
He's yes, he wants to save his daughter. Yes, he'd do anything he could for his daughter. But did we have to do things in such an idiotic fashion? Because, you know, like, I don't even know how I want to say this. I don't like him.
Yeah.
And he had trust issues also, which affected things.
Yeah, so, you know, Sandman and Lizard, you're just like, whatever. But the rest of the movie is so good, it's like, who cares? So, let's say, okay. I want to give a special shout out to Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. You know, he really did his thing in this movie. Yeah, shout out to him. I already touched on the bridge scene. Oh yeah, Zendaya, really good actress in this. Oh yeah, another cool thing is that Peter goes through a bunch of different costumes in this movie.
He does.
And that's, you know, that's cool. As someone that grew up reading the comic books, that's always been a trademark of Spider-Man's story. You know, having different costumes that he wears, you know, throughout the years. So, I already touched on the Doctor Strange versus Spider-Man fight. Aunt May death. Oh yeah, also in this movie, one thing I like. See, look, guys, there's so many cool little, like, subtle things that they put in this movie. Like, one of the reasons why I love Spider-Man No Way Home so much is that it is a Spider-Man fan's Spider-Man movie. Like, this was Peter's first, like, for example, it's the little things. Like, this was Peter's first time getting shot. In this movie.
Shot at.
Yeah, he got shot at. Well, no, he's been shot at before. But this was his first time getting shot. Mm-hmm. Like, he got hit, you know, right after Aunt May died. So I thought that was cool, man, because we haven't seen that before. You know, like, it's just little things that happen in this movie that show you, like, yo, he's really becoming Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, No Way Home is such a good fucking Spider-Man movie. It's just, whoo. Yeah. So, you know, you know, so I guess we can end this video. Do you have anything you want to say before we wrap up?
I would love to be able to watch this again for the first time. Just to really, really experience it.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, and you know what? I would have loved to watch this movie without knowing any of the leaks.
I didn't know anything.
You know, like, because, like, going into this movie, everyone basically knew that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire were going to be in it. I mean, did we know for sure, like, 100%? No, but, like,
I avoided all
it was
spoilers.
so rumored, it was heavily rumored and talked about, and there were pictures of them on the set, and they tried to deny it in interviews, but, like...
Yeah, I didn't even go that deep into it.
But, like, they didn't really do a good job of denying it. You know what I mean? Like Andrew Garfield, he basically, like, winked at the camera and was like, oh, no, I'm not going to be in that movie. But it's like, nigga, like, you know? So, yeah, I say all that to say, if I had known nothing about this movie going into it besides what they show in the trailer, and then you see Toby and Andrew for the first time, not knowing, and, you know, so many different things, man. It definitely would have made.
Here, boy.
It definitely would have made a big difference. Where's Freddie at?
I think he went in the room.
What is he doing?
Freddie, come here. What you doing? You weren't locked in.
What's up, boy? What's up, Freddie?
Hi.
Boy almost locked himself in the damn room. So yeah, you know, I want to wrap this up because I know this is probably a long ass video. This is probably, how long do you think this is? 30 minutes?
At least.
All right. So, you have any more you want to say? Touch on the movie?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So I want to wrap it up by saying, look, I really love how this movie just kind of brings everything together full circle. You know, by putting Tobey and Andrew in the movie, it makes all their movies pretty much canon to the MCU. And then now there are talks and rumors of, you know, Andrew possibly getting some more Amazing Spider-Man movies or series. Tobey Maguire might be coming back. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, man, like,
Welcome to the multiverse.
Welcome to the multiverse. By the way, that's being directed by Sam Raimi. Yeah, so Sam Raimi's in the MCU now? Man, it's just, it's going down, y'all. So,
yes,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so.
That's awesome, boy.
So, I mean, the future.
So awesome.
The future is looking very, very bright for Spider-Man. I was very, very happy with No Way Home.
Top tier Marvel movie.
Top tier Marvel movie. One of the best Marvel movies of all time. It's definitely up there. I don't think it's the best. I've heard some people say they think it's the best, and I respect that opinion wholeheartedly. I still think Infinity War is, like, look, if this is Spider-Man No Way Home, and then, like, this is Infinity War for me. Freddie, shh, we're making a video. You gotta relax, dude. Hold on, let me pick him up. Hey, boy. Come here. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
Baby.
Yeah. So, what was I saying? Yeah, I still think Infinity War is the best Marvel movie of all time, but Spider-Man No Way Home is definitely a close second, man. And if I had to give it a rating, I give Spider-Man No Way Home 9 webs out of 10.
Definitely 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It earned it. It worked for it, and it got it. All 9.
For sure. And yeah, so you guys, thanks for watching our review/discussion. I know it's late as hell. You know, it's months after the movie came out, but I don't care. I love this movie, and I think it's definitely worth a discussion. Thank you for joining me for this video, baby.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Freddie, for making an appearance.
Yeah, boy. Freddie, what you got to say about the movie? Did you like it? Oh, Freddie liked it, y'all. Freddie, what'd you think of the action? You're really good. And Freddie, what'd you...
Alright.
Okay, I think we're going to wrap it up. So, thanks for watching our video. Really appreciate it. Please like, comment, hit that subscribe button. Help your boy out. You know, we on the road to 100. We on the road to 100. Help your boy out. And yeah, it's your boy Danopps Ent, joined by my girl Erik. And yeah, we signing off, y'all. Alright, peace.